welcome back to my channel. Today I will be making Jamaican roti. Yes, we're going to make some Jamaican roti. It's similar to how other countries make their roti, but I find that we make our roti with a little bit of difference, not much difference. So stick around and see how we do it. Okay guys, so I have 4 cups of all-purpose flour, and I will be using 1/8 cup of baking powder, and I'm just gonna go in with 1 teaspoon of salt, you want to make sure that you have clean hands because we make roti with our hands. So we're just gonna blend this in. You know, I find that some Jamaicans put a little bit of sugar in their roti, but I'm not a fan of sugar, so I won't be adding any sugar in here. But today I'm just doing it exactly the way my mother would make her roti. You know, today's a memorable day because I always cook in the kitchen with my mom. So now I am going to add ½ cup of butter. This is 1 cup of butter, but I'm not going to add all of it. I have the butter or margarine you can use. I had it at room temperature so you can see the texture, so it's easily to blend into the flour. You can use oil if you want. You don't have to use the butter, but I prefer using the butter, and it's unsalted margarine that I'm using. Okay guys, so now I have my butter and my flour all combined, looking good. This is what I'm looking for right here. It's looking great. So now I am going to add ½ cup of cow's milk, and I have 4 cups of water. I'm going to add this in portions by portion. And I'm just gonna knead the flour. You don't want to have cold water, guys. So my water is lukewarm that I'm using, just to keep that butter nice and melted. So you want to gradually throw your water in so you don't put too much water in your dough. And kudos to those who have a food processor. You can always knead your flour or your dough in the food processor, but you know what, I love the old-fashioned way. So I'm doing this with my hands, which I think would work out probably the same. I've never used a food processor before to knead my flour, but you want to make this soft, so I'm going in with some more water. You don't want it too stiff. So far I have used just 1 cup of water so far with ½ cup of milk, and I'm already getting that soft dough that I'm looking for. So I'm just gonna knead this out a little bit more. Yes, it's nice and soft. This is what you want, nice soft dough. So I'll be working the dough again, but so I am not working it too much right now. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to form a ball like this. So okay guys, so now I have my dough soft and moist as I wanted it to. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave this for half an hour. You can leave it for 15 minutes to half an hour so it will set and get nice and smooth. What I'll be doing, I'll be adding a damp paper towel over the flour just to keep it nice and moist. Okay guys, so what I did, I damped 2 napkins and I placed it over the flour, and I'm gonna leave it, as I said before, for half an hour to set. And the reason why you want to put the damp napkin over the flour is to prevent it from forming a crust. So guys, we're gonna leave it here and we're gonna come back. Okay guys, so it has been half an hour, so we're gonna remove the paper towel from our dough, and we're just gonna knead this out just for a little bit. Okay, so now you want to have a nice clean surface, and you want to use some dry flour just to damp your surface like so the flour doesn't stick to the surface. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to use my rolling pin and I'm going to roll the dough out.
So guys, I'm just rolling my dough out.
And I'm not really trying to form a shape. I'm just rolling it out to the... Okay guys, so now I have my dough all flat. This is how I wanted it. And remember, I have flour underneath, so it's easy to lift. What I'm gonna do now, I have half cup of butter melted and half cup of vegetable oil. I combine them together and I'm just gonna brush. Well, I don't have a brush, so I'm using napkin, and this is how we do it in Jamaica as well. We don't have all the fancy stuff back home, so I have a barbecue brush, but it doesn't work like I want it to. So I'm just using the napkin and I'm just going to oil my dough. Just spread it all over like so. Nicely coated. So now that I have spread my butter wash, or my butter slash oil wash, all over the dough, I am going to separate. I'm going to make portions. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to use my knife and I am going to cut this into portions. So I'm going to use the pizza cutter. You can use a knife, and I'm just going to make some sections like so. And the reason why I do that is because I am going to fold my flour. So I'm going to do so, and I'm going to put a little bit of flour that it doesn't stick, and I'm going to keep doing it like that. And I'll be doing all of them like this. Okay guys, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces. So now guys, I have damped my surface again with some dry flour, and I'm just gonna roll out each pieces. I'm gonna flour your pin. I'm just gonna roll this out. So guys, I'm gonna cut a line down my rolled out dough, and I am going to oil this again. Like so. No, I didn't just say that. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start rolling from one end. Just wanna correct. You don't have to make them this size. I'm just doing this size because you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna fold this in like so, and I'm gonna do the same for the bottom just to keep the oil in like so. So what I'm doing, I'm making like a ball because I'm gonna roll this out again. So I'm just sealing the oil inside, and you want to have a ball looking like so. As I'm saying, you can make them smaller, but I like my roti nice and large because I'm going to cut them into pieces. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to set this aside, and I'm going to do all of them like this. So now guys, I'm going to damp my surface again. You have to keep working with dry flour, and I'm gonna roll this out. So guys, I already have my tawa. That's what I called it. It's the thing that I'm going to use to bake my roti. I have it on the stove top. I'm getting it warmed up. I have this at medium-low heat because I don't want my roti to burn. I want them to cook nicely. So you want to put your tawa on medium-low or low. It's just gonna take a little bit more time on low, but it's safer. And I'm just gonna roll out my first roti and place it on the tawa. If you don't have a tawa, you can use a skillet. We call it tawa, guys. If you call it something else in your country, just comment below and let me know what you call it. But you can also use a skillet to do this. You don't have to use a tawa. Guys, it's looking great. I think it's all rolled out now. So my mom would do the fancy stuff where she goes around with her fingers like this, and then she kind of flap it over her hand like this, but I don't do that fancy stuff. But it's something that she does. I think she gets the roti nice and thin. That's why she do it like that. But now my roti is ready, guys. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to oil the side that I'm going to place on the tawa. So I'm going to oil that. Like so. And you want to wait until you see bubbles coming on top. Then you turn it. If you're not sure if it's ready, all you have to do is just flip it and see if you have a golden brown color. And if not, you just leave it and let it be golden brown underneath. Some people really like their roti a little bit darker. It doesn't matter, it's your preference. Just try not to get them burned. As you can see, the bubbles are coming up. That means my roti is almost ready to turn. So what I'm doing, I'm going to oil the top. I'm going to oil the top because it's almost ready to turn. So I want to keep that nice and oil. So what I'm doing, I'm pressing on the edges just to keep them flat, so the edges will also get a nice brown color or golden color. So I'm just waiting on that side to get the color that I'm looking for, and I'm watching the bubbles. So I'll soon turn this over and see what we have. Using my spatula, I think it's time, because the bubbles are at that point where I think it's time to turn, and there you go, have this nice golden color that I'm looking for. So now I'm going to just press on the edges just to keep them nice and flat. And don't mind my pot over here, guys. I'm just going to make some French fried chicken. And I have some curry goat also cooking. I am going to be serving the roti with the curry goat and curry snow peas. I'll be having a video up on how to make the dal, because I'm serving Moong Dal as well. You can find the link to the Moong Dal on my page on Instagram, or you can just search on my YouTube channel. Okay guys, so I'm checking to see if my roti is ready. So what I do, I'm gonna oil this top part again. Now I'm going to flip again and let the oil on that side burn off a little bit. Okay guys, so now I think it's finished. As I'm saying, I keep pressing on the sides just to keep it nice and flat. So let's see, our roti looks like this. And I'll be doing the rest of them just like so. And okay guys, this is the final product. I made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rotis, guys. This is what the roti looks like. Look at that, guys. Nice. I have my layers, and that is the reason why I fold them and roll them out. So this is what my roti looks like, guys. It is nice, delicious. Look at that. Please like, share, and subscribe. Remember, look in my description below. You will be seeing the link to my dal that I'm going to eat with this roti.